Thaimko Conteh is an actor and former prizefighter. He started his acting career with his 35-minute short film, The Game Is On, which he also wrote, produced and directed. The Game Is On was selected by several film fests. Conteh gathered experience by starring in music videos and shorts. He is a self-educated lateral entrant in the film industry, but also trained with professional acting coaches such as Francisco Medina and Murat Ünal. And he's just came out with his new short film, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Mission Swordsman. And Thaimko is on the line with us here. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for having me.
So this new film that you've came out with, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Mission Swordsman, what can you tell us about it?
I have been a big fan of the ABC show, and so I try to set it somewhere in the universe of the show, but also at the same time that people can just watch it who have never seen the show.
Yeah.
And it's basically about a group of agents who are on the hunt for a dangerous fugitive, but they're also spies within their agency.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. Where did the idea come from? Because, of course, the Marvel franchise exists, as of course we know. So what gave you the idea to build upon it, if you like?
Many reasons. I was trying to, of course I had like interior motives. I was trying to build my acting career because they keep asking me, like here in Germany, they keep asking me for roles that not really interesting to me. So I wanted to egoistically establish myself as an action star and get more interesting roles. On the other hand, also in Germany, you don't really see black action stars on TV at all. So I wanted to somewhat be, show that I can do it and that other people can do it. And also I'm a big fan of comics. I've always been a fan of comics, and when the season ended in I think 2021, that's where I sort of got, hey man, I think I'm gonna do something in that realm.
How easy or hard is it to be an actor and to be the guy behind it all? Is it a big workload, or does it make it easier because you have less people to direct?
Well, it has advantages, it has disadvantages. Of course, the workload is big. You have to think about a lot of things where I rather just would be focusing on my performance. So whenever I'm on a set and I see like the director doing this, I'm like, oh God, thank God, I just have to act. But but it can also be gratifying when you put a lot of work in and you get people together and you work on a common goal, and you learn a lot. Right, the next time I'm on a set and I see the director struggling, I can find a solution because I've been in that in the same shoes.
And what made you want to make it a short film as opposed to a whole feature-length film or series?
Mainly money. Mainly money. I'm thinking this might be my last short, or like I will do one more short and then the next time I will do a feature. And to me, it's filmmaking. This is my film school basically, because I didn't go to film school, but you learn like everything you need to know, like just doing the thing, and and just making a feature. You need a lot of money to do it, so I thought, okay, make like a short thing, and then you can build on top of that.
Yeah, I think it's true, isn't it? The best education you ever get is learning on the job. No preparation is equal to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And who else is in the film? Who are your favourite actors that you've cast in it?
My favorite actor, so now I can't say anything wrong. I cast Philip Muse as the swordsman Jack Duquesne. He's like straight from the comic.
Yeah.
And the only other live action iteration was from, I even forgot the name of the actor. You can see him in Disney's Hawkeye. There's a Jack Duquesne. And Philip Muse, what is great about him, he really surprised me because he was a complete newcomer, basically. He did some theater acting, he did some like little things, but he was really surprisingly good in this role. He sent me his e-cast, it was really good, and I thought long about it because he didn't have the experience, but he just fit well for the part. start my idea that I had of the character.
And how did you get these people on board?
Yeah, basically, I'm not that much of a pitch man. I basically just talk about what I believe in. And if you resonate with it, then you're along for the ride. And if you don't, then that's fine. But I just basically, I wanted to make this. I'm a fan of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Do you know Marvel Comics? No. But anyway, I'm doing this espionage martial arts thing, and it's about this. And are you interested? Yeah, it sounds cool. And yeah, it's basically that. It's basically that.
Are fans of Marvel and fans of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. going to be interested in your film? I take it they are, right?
I think so. Because I am a fan, and like I made it so there are nudges in it that will trigger the attention. Like if you've been watching the show for a long time, like, oh, it's that thing from the thing. But like I said, at the same time, if you make a fan film, if you make a short film, you don't have a lot of time to establish the world. So you want to make it so that somebody who has no idea about this universe can still watch it and enjoy it. But I think, you will enjoy it either way. But if you're a fan, you will enjoy it a little bit more.
Yeah. So how did your acting and filmmaking career start back in the day?
I started in 2018 and I moved to Cologne because the most TV in Germany is produced in Cologne. But I didn't go to acting school, so I started writing application, and to my surprise, like nobody took me serious. I didn't really get to the door. But yeah, and then I started making my own shorts. The game is on, and then people thought, oh yeah, actually he can act, and then they got interested, and I had my first TV appearance. When was it? I think this week. Yeah, recently. Yeah.
And what would you say has been your proudest thing to have worked in all this time?
As a director, I guess I made a music video, Trance-Zustand, by the artist Idom.
Wow.
And that was awesome. It was a project about, he was speaking about, like, he drank ayahuasca and was speaking about his spiritual integration in the song, and I resonated with that, and I liked it because it was like a nice clash of music. And as an actor, that's not even out yet, but I did a comedy recently. It was a student film, Hangouts. It's sort of absurd, dark comedy, and I loved working on that because it was very I got to improvise a lot, and it was just fun. It was like the most fun I've had on the set. Like it was very funny. This character was sort of a stereotype, but I got to play with it. The director gave me a lot of freedom to like make my own thing out of it, and I like that a lot.
And what kind of director are you? Do you give your actors a lot of freedom, or does it depend?
Yeah. Mainly, I pick them because I think they can do the part, but I want them to bring their own ideas because my actor will have a better idea than me about the character once they start working on it. So I encourage them to like. If they ask me, I will tell them. I will try not to talk too much because I try to encourage them to find their own ideas.
Yeah. And what was it that made you want to become a director? What was it about acting that, although you still do it, it maybe wasn't fulfilling enough? What made you want to kind of be the creator? Yeah,
like I said, it was more like a means to an end. Like I was always writing. It was always my hobby, and I think I'm okay at it. And the directing was probably was more like a means to an end to further my acting goals.
Yes. Which do you prefer, directing or acting?
Acting, definitely. It's directing is just so much work. So much.
It's an interesting thing because it depends, doesn't it? Who gets the credit? It really depends on the film because sometimes they might say, "Oh, it's that new insert actor name here film," whereas sometimes they might say, "It's that new insert director here names film." It really depends on who's the most famous in those roles that gets the most credit, doesn't it?
Yeah, traditionally it used to be the actor who's famous, but recently, like with people like Christopher Nolan, you have like those superstar directors. It's interesting to see the development, sort of.
Yeah, they became like celebrities in their own right, whereas really it's kind of a behind the scenes role.
Yeah, but I love watching Tarantino interview. Like he's just entertaining guy to watch. You see, like, he's a cinephile. He loves what he do. He loves what he does. So yeah.
Have you got any more films coming up?
Yeah, I have this short hangout in the pipeline. Then what else? Yeah, and Agents of Shield is yet to come out. I'm trying to remember. Sometimes it takes so long for those things. But yeah, it's Hangout by Janos Köbel, and Agents of Shield is my most recent stuff.
Is there a date yet for when Agents of Shield will come out?
I was thinking maybe in December. I'm not really sure. Maybe it will be like next year. Depending on I'm on the market, how long it takes to market it. Maybe it will just be a month. Maybe it'll be 2 months. But end of this year or beginning of next.
Well, where can we keep up to date with you and watch all your work so far?
You can check out. It's mainly UK fans. But maybe I will upload at least the subs of The Game Is On my YouTube channel, Thaimko Conteh. That's ThaimkoConteh. You can also find me on Instagram, and that is where we'll be posting news on Agents of Shield, because Agents of Shield is a English language film.
Excellent. Well, many thanks for joining us today. It's been a pleasure to talk to you.
Thanks a lot.